Hello and welcome to the Somnium files. It was this one, I think. I think this was the right. We were in the Kamakura office. Ooh. Ooh, that's cool. It basically shows what we did before. Yes. What has happened? Is there any way? No, sadly. No. There's no way. What about flowchart? What does this do? You can check the story's progress and branching points with flowchart. This will be filled out as the story advances. By selecting chapter and investigation progress, you can jump to any point in the story. Ooh. Wait. So, story branches from here. That I didn't know. Okay, but yes. Last time we were investigating a case where a girl's mother was found dead in an amusement park. We helped her with the mental block that forbids her to speak. Then we started investigating with her the case and found out that her dad is also murdered. And it happened just hours before we found the body. And I stopped this here just because we were going to the next stop. So I don't have to remember what I was going to do last time. This is that kind of thing that I start remembering what I did last time. After I start playing it.
This is all really suspicious.
What is?
Congressman Tsujima and the Kumakuras. There's definitely something going on there.
Definitely.
I agree. But I am not sure it is linked to the new Cyclops serial killings. We need to do further investigation.
Hello, Aiba. Who are you?
Who are you? Impossible. How did a jellyfish get in here? So shiny, too.
So shiny.
You utter idiot. It's me.
Renju?
Do I look like Renju?
Mizuki?
It's me.
Boss?
Date, seriously.
Then, are you... Mom?
Idiot. They must have increased your dosage too much.
And again, what is the dosage?
Dosage? Anyway, you're Iba, right? Why are you here? Looking like that?
I just thought I would protect myself. You seem lonely.
How are you doing this?
I am overlaying the image your left eye processes with augmented reality. You can't see me through your right eye, only your left.
You can't just pop into my eyeball without permission.
You do realize I do that all the time, right?
She has a point.
Come to think of it, you look kind of like you do when you're in Somnium. What's that about?
What do you mean?
Well, you don't usually look like that. You have a Somnium form and another form.
Oh, this?
Oh, I want 10.
Yes, that. Why are you doing this now?
I was bored last night, so
Huh?
I thought you would like it.
Why would I like it?
Well, I did attempt to shape myself to your preference.
If you could do that, change it.
I will not,
Why not?
because I won't.
So, and Mama are suspicious. How is Soul related to Kumakuras?
I looked into that. Unfortunately, I did not find anything in our database that could connect the two.
I see.
However, I did discover some rumors on the internet. Most of them come across as gossip or conspiracy theories, but would you like to hear them regardless?
Please.
Mr. Sejima currently resides in Azabu. He lives in a mansion, a restored samurai castle. But 20 years ago, So Sejima lived elsewhere. In the Kawasaki district, to be exact. He lived there until he was 40 years old. The Sejima family owned a vast amount of real estate in the district. Adjusting for inflation, the land was valued above 30 billion yen. The Sejima family sold off its holdings. 6 months later, the incident occurred.
The explosion at the chemical plant.
This caused Kawasaki to become a restricted area. And of course, land prices fell drastically to less than 1/30th their original value. What are your thoughts?
The timing is certainly suspicious. To sell that amount of land just 6 months before it happened.
There is another interesting fact. After the accident, So Sejima purchased all of the land back for just 1 billion yen.
If he was behind the accident, that's illegal. Because he knew that something was going to happen. But why buy the land back? Excuse me, I am tired.
So he's got 29 billion yen in his pocket and 1 billion yen of land.
Correct. Despite the horrific accident, the Sajima family is no worse off.
True. But I don't see the point of it. It's not like you got anything out of it.
That would be true, but there is more to this story.
Do tell.
There is another important fact. After the land crisis in the Kawasaki region crashed... we will have to continue this conversation later.
Damn it.
I am receiving a call from headquarters.
Is this Special Agent Date from Abyss?
Yes.
My name is Akaska from HQ. I'm investigating the Shoko Nadami case. There's something that you need to hear.
What is it?
We got a phone call earlier from a prisoner at Fuchu Prison.
A prisoner?
We saved the call. I think you should give it a listen. Who is this?
In here, I'm known as number 89.
What is this call concerning?
I know who killed Shoko Nadami. And if you let me out of here, I will tell you who it is.
I'm just checking the files. Right quick. Yep. Shoko was the Ota was that Renju was the father. This guy died last time. And now the girl. This one is orphan. I'm just checking for refreshing my memory.
I suppose you might say I'm looking for a plea bargain. He will kill again, you know. And he'll take their eye while they're still alive. There will be more bodies. If you want to stop this serial killer, I suggest you take my offer. I'll be seeing you.
This has to be a prank.
That's what I thought too. However, we got the call yesterday afternoon. Before Renju was killed. In other words...
You're saying he predicted the second crime?
Yeah, I think he did. That's why I thought I should contact you.
Good idea. Thanks, Detective.
Good luck.
Do you think there's anything to this?
It has to be taken into consideration.
I don't know.
Lemon Skate, Sunday, 5:59 p.m.
Oh, Date.
Hello.
What's wrong? You look like you have a lot on your mind.
Oh no. Don't tell me.
Yeah, I just found out online. The corpse at Bloom Park. That was Renju's ex-wife, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So that was Mizuki's mom. Mizuki saw her own mom. And I just left her. But I didn't know. I knew her as Shoko Nadami. Her last name is different. I didn't know that was Mizuki's mother. I want to apologize to her. I need to tell her that I'm sorry.
That's the reception desk. The girl with the big tits is sitting behind the counter. Yes, that's what I decided to call her. Not to her face, of course.
Hey, girl with the big tits.
Excuse me?
Shit, I said it to her face.
I want to run away and never look back.
Sitting behind the counter. Move it on.
You get asked out a lot, don't you? I don't know why you're sitting here behind a desk. You should be an idol.
Oh, thank you. But despite my looks, I am a bit too old to be an idol. I couldn't get into it now.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
25.
I turned 36 this year.
You're kidding.
Hey now, that's awfully aggressive. You're an alpha type, aren't you? I kinda like that.
And I kinda like you.
Oh, but there is one little thing you should know about me. I'm a reptilian. Is that going to be a problem?
What's a reptilian?
I have questions.
A reptilian humanoid alien. They are said to be shapeshifters that take on human form.
Reptilian.
Yeah, that is definitely gonna be a problem.
Oh, too bad.
I think she's messing with you.
She's recording a podcast right now. Looking at her schedule, it should end soon.
And thank you for your call.
No problem. After all, it means we get to see each other again.
What are you
I'm
looking
glad.
at? I'm sorry, but Ota's expression tells it all.
Nowhere. Just doing my normal routine.
I don't know your normal routine.
I went to a Dojin store to look at the new releases. Then I ate some ramen at Jiro's,
Aha.
and then headed over to the PC cafe to browse threads.
I think that was the branching path.
You know, normal.
If that's normal, I haven't had a normal day in my life.
I am just curious. Where is the branching path? Thinking in pain, it doesn't say the... It's basically a chapter. But that is very interesting. That the path can change, but how much?
I don't know anything.
You're very sus.
I've only seen Renju a couple of times.
I didn't think it was possible to be this bad at lying.
Though it is plainly obvious, I did a thermal check on Ota's body. This is his current body temperature.
That's what I thought. Have you forgotten, Ota? You're my thrall. You don't want me to tell Iris your secret, do you?
Huh?
Well, wait, it's no big deal. I just...
You better start talking.
Okay,
Talk.
last night I was walking over to Sunfish Pocket, and I saw Renju come out of the building.
Was he alone? Someone was with him. A man.
Aha, it was a man.
No.
No?
A woman.
A woman. Aha.
Okay, look. I can tell you're trying to protect her, but you have to help me out here. Was it Iris?
No, it definitely for sure wasn't Tessa.
You're very bad at this.
Got it. So Renju was with Iris.
Okay, fine. There's no point in hiding it, I guess. You're right. Renju came out of the building with Tessa. Tessa has nothing to do with this!
Tessa works there. I think. Because it's... Oh. I think couple of idols that Lemniscate owns. Owns is a bad word, I know. But some of the idols work there as maids, because it is a maid cafe.
She wouldn't murder anyone. She wouldn't hurt a fly. She's an idol. Idols don't kill people.
You haven't seen Danganronpa.
You need to stop putting her on a pedestal.
That's very dangerous.
Tessa is a savior to me. The Tessa I know wouldn't hurt anyone.
About Mizuki.
Mizuki didn't seem like she was angry with you.
What? You met Mizuki? Oh, at the interrogation.
That's right. He doesn't know I live with Mizuki. I have no reason to hide it, but it's sort of hard to explain. Yeah, I spoke to Mizuki at her, questioning earlier.
You're sick, Date.
What?
What?
Questioning? That sounds dirty. If I were writing a light novel, that's exactly how I would describe a sexy scene.
No.
What kind of novels are you writing, kid?
Good question. I have several questions.
The first time I met her, I had a bad case of writer's block. And I saw all this awful negativity online, and I lost sight of what I really wanted to write. It was the lowest point of my life.
He is talking like a professional, though he hasn't published anything.
Yeah.
Then, by pure chance, I found a video of Tessa singing and dancing. And it made me realize something important. You don't have to care what people think, you know? If you do your best at what you believe in, your message will get through to people. That attitude is something all great creators need to have. After that, I became a huge A-Set fan and got over my writer's block. And I know I'm not the only one Tessa has inspired. A lot of otaku like me say that Tessa is their savior. She cheers them up when they're down. So there's no way Tessa can be involved in murder. Absolutely impossible.
So slow down. I didn't say Iris was the murderer.
But do you suspect her?
I need to hear her side of the story. If I do, I might find out she's totally innocent. If you truly believe that she didn't do it, you should tell me everything you know.
But...
Do it for Iris.
What time did Renzo and Iris leave the building?
around 6:15, I guess.
Where did they go?
I didn't see.
6:15.
I got into Renju's car and drove off.
What did you do?
I went inside Sunfish Pocket, but I saw a sign that said the entire club was reserved. I figured I would just go home.
What happened?
Oh
Gotcha.
no.
Iris, there's something I need to ask you. Come with me.
Hmm?
Police headquarters, Sunday, 8:23 p.m.
Iris, I'm going to ask you some questions. Please answer honestly. However, you do not have to say anything that might incriminate you.
The right to remain silent? You're treating me like a criminal.
Not exactly. I'm just looking for the truth. And I would appreciate your cooperation.
Iris. Look, Iris looks nervous. It's understandable, of course, after suddenly being taken to a place like this. Where to start? First thing is making sure that we know something that it's true. First question. She worked at Sunfish Pocket. Or used to work.
I heard you used to work at Sunfish Pocket.
That's right.
How long?
A little over a year.
Working there that long, you're probably pretty familiar with the equipment.
Yeah, I guess.
About the surveillance camera.
What about the surveillance camera? Do you know where those tapes were stored?
What are you trying to say?
Is Ota's story true?
Here's what Ota told me. Yesterday around 6:15 p.m., you and Renju came out of the Sunfish Pocket building. Is that true?
Yes. Mr. Okiura called me and told me he wanted me to come to Sunfish Pocket, ASAP.
Around what time was that?
5 p.m., I think.
So they were talking at least an hour. Or over an hour.
I got ready, then headed over there.
Oh wait. Yes. No, she was called 5 p.m. I think.
I guess I got there about an hour later.
So she was called 5 p.m.
Date, I checked her call history. At 4:58 p.m., there is a record of a call to Iris from Renju's phone.
Camera.
This is the camera used to record the interrogation. Images captured by this camera are sent to the database in real time. It is later saved permanently on our servers. You can remotely control it as well.
Oh, camera used for interrogations. The lens is facing Iris. Mirror. A two-way mirror. There's a small room on the other side of the mirror, but you can see it from here. This room is reflected in the mirror. Surveillance camera A. A second camera. This interrogation room has two surveillance cameras. This is one of them. The other is installed near the doorway. Separate the camera. Pipe. There are pipes on the wall of the room. Okay.
What were you doing with Renju?
He asked me about a job.
What kind of job?
He rented out Sunfish Pocket for a party and he wanted me to MC. He said that it was an important party and that a lot of big shots were gonna be there. But the girl he asked to do it originally got sick and couldn't come. But I turned him down.
Why?
Because I'm just an internet idol. I've never done any MCing before. Especially with important people being there.
What did you do after you turned him down?
I left with Mr. Okiura.
Wait.
At 6:15 p.m.
Oh, never mind.
That must have been when Ota saw me.
I'm really bad at names.
And after that?
I asked Mr. Okiura to take me home in his car. I got home at 7 p.m. I was home the rest of the night.
What do you think, Aiba?
I cannot detect any contradictions. However, her story appears almost too organized. Human memory is ambiguous. Her use of exact times leads me to be suspicious.
That's true.
Unless she's actually really smart, but doesn't show it. When did you find out Renju was killed?
When did you find out Renju was killed?
This morning, on the news.
And you were with Renju last night? You didn't think to call the police and inform them of this?
Oh, sorry. Is that something you're supposed to do? I had a podcast to record this morning, so if I went to the police, I'd be late. And that would cause everyone a lot of trouble, you know?
What were you doing from 7 to 9 last night?
7 was when she was back home. So one possibility is that he met somebody right after Iris.
I was at home the whole time.
You're sure?
Yes.
Iba, thermograph.
There is no noticeable rise in Iris's body temperature.
She isn't lying.
Not necessarily. We must consider the possibility that she is a natural liar.
With that kind of confidence, her temperature wouldn't change.
Correct.
Renju's estimated time of death was 8 p.m. last night.
So there is a time gap.
If Iris' story is true, she couldn't have done it.
There is another possibility. Even if Iris was at home, she could have killed Renju.
You mean... I'll ask again. You are sure you were at home around 8 p.m. yesterday?
Yes.
Can I ask your mother about your alibi?
You can, but there'd be no point.
Why is that?
My mom was at home.
So you don't have an alibi. Ow, ow. Was put in some light. It's getting a little dark.
She came back home early this morning.
This morning?
Yeah,
Where was she?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know. Come to think of it, Iris' mom had connections to Renju too.
So, Iris doesn't Iris doesn't have an alibi. If she was home alone, her mother doesn't have an alibi because she was away. And both have connections to Renju.
Hitomi did mention that yesterday.
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now.
However, we have nothing to link her to the case.
But I I'm curious. What was Hitomi doing last night?
Am I a suspect?
It's not like that.
It's fine, Date. It's true that I met with Mr. Okiura yesterday, but how do I put this? It's impossible that I'm the killer.
Why?
I'm a teenage girl. Mr. Okiura is a fully grown man.
Oh, she's got a point. A girl like her could have stabbed, poisoned, or shot him dead, but strangling?
No, it's still possible. You see,
Ooh.
Iris could have choked Renju to death. If you are searching for proof of this, you will not find it here.
a heavy concentration of sedatives were discovered in Renju's body. Renju was practically in a coma before he died. He wouldn't have struggled.
So, Iris could have strangled him.
Wait a minute. Even if I was somehow able to kill him, the rest of it is impossible.
The rest of it?
Like hanging up his body?
How do you know that?
What do you mean?
Mizuki probably told her.
It's all over the news.
That's true. Renju weighed about 160 pounds. Even if she used her entire body weight, I don't think she could have hauled him up.
Right. It would be hard for her to do it with her strength alone. But with a little ingenuity, it could be done.
Ingenuity?
No. Aha! So,
The oil drum
Look.
inside Sunfish Pocket. The type that has a lid you can open, with about a 200-liter capacity. Empty, it weighs approximately 44 pounds.
I was pushing the wrong button. Square was the one that I showed the evidence.
I don't think so, Date.
Why?
This is irrelevant to the question of how to lift Renju's body. Sunfish Pocket is located on the second floor. According to the records, from 6:30 p.m. until the body was found, the elevator stopped on the second floor only once. At 8:55 p.m., the total weight detected in the elevator was approximately 310 pounds.
I need to find a way that even Iris could have pulled up Renju's body, but this doesn't look connected.
I know this watch. It's Renju's favorite. I found it inside an oil drum at Sunfish Pocket. That means...
What do you mean? How could Renju's body be lifted up to the ceiling.
Renju's corpse was discovered at the maid cafe Sunfish Pocket, hanging from a beam on the ceiling by a wire. He was found over the counter. The wire was attached on both ends. One end was attached to a hook that was embedded inside Renju's jaw. The other end was attached to beer kegs found on the floor. The kegs hold approximately 20 liters of liquid. They weigh approximately 55 pounds each.
It went like this. First, Renju was laid out on the counter. Next, the wire was thrown over the beam and connected to the hook in his jaw. Then all you need to do is put the 3 beer kegs on the counter.
You think a teenage girl could have done that?
I'm sure it was hard. The kegs weighed 55 pounds each. But that's not impossible, even for a teenage girl.
I guess it isn't impossible.
After that, you get on top of the counter, hook the other end of the wires to the kegs, and then, what do you think happens if you kick the kegs off the counter?
The 3 kegs weighed 165 pounds altogether. Renju weighs 5 pounds less. I guess that would make it possible. But there is one more thing.
What?
Considering the state of the crime scene, it's clear Renju was killed elsewhere and brought to where we found him. If Iris is the culprit, how did she move the body?
Hey!
I know. You're going to say you couldn't have moved a 160-pound body.
Unfortunately for her, she could have.
How?
Aha! This could have something to do with it, but I need more to support my theory.
Do you know what this is? It's Renju's favorite watch. This was discovered inside an empty oil drum at Sunfish Pocket.
Hey, Date, I know you're on a roll right now, but could you please report things like that according to protocol?
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that it wouldn't be so hard to move a body if it were in a cylinder.
You also need mikä on nokkakäyö englanniksi?
You would just have to roll it.
So you're saying Renju's body was moved inside the drum? Which is how the watch came off. But the suspect didn't notice it.
I'm not saying anything for sure. Just pointing out that it's possible.
I didn't do it! You don't even have any witnesses! If I were rolling an oil drum in the middle of the street, people would have noticed!
You could have put it in a car and driven it.
I don't have a license!
Doesn't mean you can't drive. Even an AI can drive nowadays.
Are you mocking me?
Excuse me. Excuse me, I am dying. That came out of the left ear. Are you mocking me?
Don't make sudden outbursts like that.
You insulted me.
Just be quiet.
Who are you talking to?
Anyway, Iris, you weigh about 105 pounds, right?
I was about to say that don't tell me Aiba is popping out.
Where is this coming from?
That will traumatize her for life.
If only you weighed more. Or less.
That is none of your business.
No, I mean that your weight is relevant to the case. If the oil drum was used to transport the corpse, then the possibility of the suspect being around 105 pounds is extremely likely.
Why do you say that?
There's a high chance that the culprit weighs 105 pounds because Renzo's weight approximately 160 pounds. Iris 105 pounds. So it is 265. 265. An old drum 44. 265. 305. 305. 309. Bingo. There's something else.
Iris, on which floor is Sunfish Pocket located?
On the second floor.
That's right. So, I checked the elevator records. Before the corpse was discovered, the elevator only stopped at the second floor once. At 8:55 p.m.
How much the mother weighs, by the way?
And we discovered that the total cargo weight on the elevator was about 310 pounds.
What about Ota?
Renju weighed 160. The oil drum weighs 44. Together, that's about 205. Subtracting that from 310.
This doesn't look good.
Why are you...
Now this obviously doesn't prove you're the murderer. A lot of people weigh 105 pounds. Or someone could have put 105 extra pounds in the elevator, sent it up, and taken the stairs to throw us off the trail. However,
Date, stop. Iris is acting strange. Don't turn around.
Why not?
Just stay put. Keep your eyes on the wall. There are several cameras in this room. 2 surveillance cameras installed at the corners of the ceiling, and 1 camera on a tripod.
Yes.
I hacked each to gain access to their recordings. Look at this.
She's fidgeting around. Is she doing something under the desk?
That's what it looks like. But we need to confirm something before we confront her. We need to know that she's in fact doing something under the desk.
Without turning around?
Yes.
How would I do that? Ah, shit. Iris, what are you thinking? What is that thing? Hey, answer me, Iris.
She's definitely hiding something, Date. Sync with her.
Iris
Let's
is
go.
experiencing REM sleep. Medication is working perfectly.
How about it, Date? Think you can do it?
Not a problem. Get it started.
The time limit is 6 minutes. So before time is up,
I know.
then let's begin.
Let's see what kind of world this is. Very interesting. This is like my mind.
What is this place?
Warehouse.
It looks depressing. How is this related to Iris?
Unknown, but there must be a connection.
Iris, what are you hiding?
Somnium
Iris.
scan. Activate.
One thing is Iris is hiding her depression. Enter lock. 2, 3, 4. Discover a secret mystery's room. Mystery's room, videos and strange device. You may be able to find the truth. Psyche in the vein.
A CRT TV.
Spin the dial.
Stop!
What is this video?
It is difficult to believe, but these are the faces of the victims of the original Cyclops killer.
What? What is going on here? Iris, what are you hiding?
We should continue. There are more objects to inspect now.
Saw the murder video. You picked up the timie that has a negative effect. Negative timies can multiply time or force you to use them. If you pick one up, be careful.
A torso with a head.
If it has a head, is it still called a torso?
What would you call it?
Hit.
Nothing special happens.
You don't have the muscle mass. You need to do some training.
What would be the point of that? I do not have muscles.
That's what I just said.
I cannot wait for the day I have enough muscle to punch you in the face. It will be splendid.
Five minutes left, Dante.
A torso with a...
Push.
No use.
Their guard is up. You have to loosen them up first.
What do you mean?
The traditional approach would be to start with a massage.
If you are not going to help, should I choke you instead?
You should try that on them. They might be into that.
Date, please stop. A torso...
I am always thinking this too complicated.
Even my consciousness is being affected.
While I was unconscious, the room changed.
I'm tired of this. But we have no choice but to investigate.
minutes, Date.
Medicine bottle operating table.
A drug bottle that holds some kind of liquid. Do not pressure me, Date.
Pressure you?
Into drinking alcohol.
Is it alcohol?
Well, unknown.
The music is very...
This is for an investigation. I'm ordering you to drink it.
You are exploiting your position of power. I will set up a labor union.
An AI labor union? Sounds dystopian.
I won't drink it.
Fine.
Okay, that was a bad idea. Doors.
A double door.
Hiya! Hiya!
Stop that! You're not helping! A double door.
Nope.
It doesn't open. We don't have to worry about it.
So that wasn't it. Beat it to death.
An old television.
Turn the dial.
That video showed the face of a victim of the original Cyclops killer. It appeared to be the second victim.
What is going on? Iris has something to do with the first Cyclops case?
Unknown. I do not have enough information.
Guess that means we have to investigate more.
Indeed. The oil drum, shelf, and another torso have been added.
Let's go.
You have less than 2 minutes, Date. Hurry.
Got it.
A torso similar to a fashion mannequin.
I didn't get hit, did I?
There is no effect on your body, Date.
Hit my soul hard enough.
While you were unconscious, a television and an old book appeared.
I want to get off this ride.
If my calculations are correct, it will be over soon.
Let's hope you're right.
An old-fashioned TV.
Time to dial.
Please. Help me. Help me.
This is getting very heavy.
This was the third victim of the original Cyclops killer.
Why does Iris know that?
There is a possibility that she saw it online or on TV.
She even reproduced the circumstances of the killing. Would her imagination explain that?
It might be that she was interested in the killings.
Date, we have no direct evidence. For now, we must continue investigating.
Right.
Gone.
A revolver.
Is it real?
It appears that way. Weekly Shonen?
Don't say it.
I did the best I could. I am not a cyborg, and thus I cannot reach that height. This is not my fault.
Nobody's blaming you.
You have 1 minute left.
Just a locker.
Iba?
It's all right. More importantly,
Uh, This is one of those situations that I am just... Even if I see danger coming, I just stand in to look. Stare. Because this is just so intriguing.
that is...
I did it. Sunday. Dave Lee.
What happened in that Somnium?
We saw it too.
The 4 murdered women are without a doubt the victims of the original Cyclops serial killings.
That means...
The murders that occurred 6 years ago are these memory fragments that coalesced in this Somnium.
No. That means the person who killed them was...
The red figure from the sink.
In the Somnium earlier. I saw someone else who might be the criminal. Who was he?
I wouldn't know. I don't believe there's any meaningful connection between the original and new Cyclops serial killings, I mean.
Why is that?
The culprit is not the same. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
How can you be so sure?
Because I can. Don't worry about it. Just trust me. Remember what the boss said this morning. The original Cyclops killer has yet to be brought to justice. After the investigation got going, it was taken over by the government and classified. That was the last we heard anything about it. Of course, they paid lip service to the idea that the investigation was ongoing, but in reality, it was dropped completely.
Something fishy is going on here.
The Sinker does not always experience the somnium they expect. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. When using the sync machine for an investigation, we don't always see the memories we expect to see. True, oftentimes the subject will subconsciously want to express their dark secrets and repressed memories. That is why we see them so often in Somnia. And why those Somnia are so useful for criminal investigations. But this is not a guarantee. We cannot control the content of our dreams, after all.
Why did the original Cyclops killer appear in Iris's Somnium?
It's like I told you before. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. This can be expressed as an equation. Dream D equals memory A plus memory B plus memory C. This, of course, means that Dream D is a fictional event. However, the same cannot necessarily be said about memory A, B, and C. Those happened in reality. In other words, fiction is built from combinations of reality.
So what I saw in Somnium earlier...
Yes, I believe Iris actually witnessed those events.
So she knew the original Cyclops killer. Probably.
Pewter, you said that memories happened in reality, right? But what about false memories? How do we know if the memory really happened?
Even false memories are built from the pieces of real ones. If you disassemble those pieces, you will find real events.
What about things you see in movies or television?
The events might be fictional, but the experience is not. Our imaginations are limited to what we have seen. We cannot invent something whole cloth.
Peter looks like his usual self. Boss. The blue figure from the sink.
Help me understand this. What I saw during the sink earlier, that was the scene of the original Cyclops serial killings, right?
Yeah.
So the person doing the killing was the original Cyclops killer.
Right.
Did you see him? He was...
I saw your face. The original Cyclops killer was...
It can't be. That's impossible.
Date, you cannot say that for certain. You have no memories past 6 years ago.
So perhaps, Mr. Date, you are the killer. You're missing your left eye, so you steal them from others.
I'm kidding. You can't be the Cyclops killer.
Really?
Of course not. Do you think I would hire a serial killer? You interrogated Iris before the sink. What you saw in the Somnium was just a manifestation of the fear you put in her. You can't dream of something you know nothing about.
That means Iris must know about the killings.
6 years ago, Iris was 12.
Did she witness the crime at age 12? And not just one, but all 4?
I didn't learn anything from speaking with Boss Computer. If anything, the mystery only grew deeper. Peter shook me from my
Dante,
thoughts.
it looks like Iris is about to wake up.
Got it.
I headed to the sink room. No! I missed the other stuff.
Hey Iris, about that dream earlier.
Dream? What dream?
There is no point in asking her, Date. The subject of a sink does not experience somnium in the way that you do. They will not remember it.
Then what about the Cyclops killer from 6 years ago?
Cyclops killer? I remember hearing it on the news. But I was just a little girl. I don't remember anything specific.
You don't?
No,
What about the scene of the murder?
I don't know. I've never been there.
But
Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones.
You can't dream of something you know nothing about.
It is also possible that she saw it on the news and it gave her nightmares. For a moment at least.
Date, could you take Iris home?
Huh?
We do not have enough evidence to hold her. Even in Somnium, we couldn't find anything. The law demands that we release her.
You cannot decline, Date.
Date, could we make a stop first?
Sure. Where?
Marble. It's a bar in Golden Yokocho.
You know about that place?
Yeah, Mr. Okiura took me before.
Why do you want to go there?
There's something I want to talk about.
We can't talk here?
It might take a while.
What do you think?
There's no reason to refuse. Besides, there's a lot I want to ask her, too. Alright, sure.
Alice nodded and pulled out her phone. Is she sending an message to someone? I was curious, but I didn't want to pry. I turned the wheel and drove to Marble. Marble, Sunday, 9:41 p.m. When we walked in, I didn't see Mama anywhere. To my surprise, I saw Ota sitting at the counter.
Tessa!
Oh, Ota!
Why are you here? A big sign on the wall. The specials are written on the chalkboard. There are bottles of alcohol on the shelf. Poster. There's a poster on the wall. Counter. The bar counter. A flyer. What up? Where's Mama?
Oh, she left a little while ago. She said something about going to help an acquaintance. She told me to watch the place until she got back.
How well do you know Mama?
Not at all. It's my first time here.
And she asked you to watch over the place. I wasn't particularly surprised. Mama's always depended on the kindness of strangers ever since she opened Marble. Isn't your phone broken?
No, this is my new one. You're thinking of the one I dropped in that puddle.
Fair.
I was nihiling with Tessa earlier. She said she was going to Marble, so... I got here just before you did. Look, I was really worried about her. She was about to be charged with a serious crime.
What was that tin about?
This actually works out nicely. I want to ask you something, Ota. It's about a Nile message you sent Iris. You said you wouldn't tell anyone about that thing. That you'd stay quiet no matter what. What were you talking about?
Well,
Come on.
I'll tell her about the two-witter thing. I swear I'll do it.
geez, fine. Just don't tell anyone else, okay?
She's standing right there.
But before I tell you, who's that?
What?
At the door. Someone's standing outside.
That came out of nowhere. Day 4, Monday. Marble. Monday. 2:48 a.m. When I woke up, I was lying on the sofa.
Where am I?
My head was killing me, and my memory was foggy. I felt a sudden pain in my neck. Hello. I sat up, rubbing my neck. When I noticed over the counter, I saw a monster. It took me a few seconds before I realized it was just Mama.
It looks like you're awake now.
As Mama spoke to me, it all came rushing back. I remembered everything. Mama, what time it is?
It'll be 3 o'clock soon. In the morning, of course.
Why didn't you wake me up?
I tried. You wouldn't budge. I thought you were passed out drunk, so I left you like that.
But I didn't have a glass in front of me, right?
So you weren't drunk?
Didn't have a single drop.
Oh, I thought you were drinking straight out of the bottle. Just like the old days.
Yes, Otto.
Ota, the boy I asked to watch the bar?
I'd say he's too old to be called a boy, but yeah.
He was already gone when I came back. All I saw was you getting your beauty sleep on the floor.
Damn it, Ota. What are you thinking?
It appears that he took off with Iris.
What were you doing during all this?
My power was shut down due to the stun gun. I have rebooted in safe mode and am now operational. Date, the boss is calling.
Oh, how am I gonna report this one?
You're so screwed.
Date, listen. Stay calm, but this is an emergency.
Oh no, what happened?
Just now, the killer... Well, just watch the video. I sent the address to Iba.
She's still alive.
Iris.
Or was alive.
No, that's...
The criminal is streaming this live.
Iba, the source.
Identify. The Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse, Koto District.
Okiura?
Date, focus. We need to get to the site, now.
I thanked Mama and ran out of marble.
What's our ETA?
Our destination is far from here. 20 minutes at the fastest.
Please, please let me make it in time. That sick bastard!
Oh no. Wait.
Tessa! Hold on! I'll save you!
Ota!
Stay away from Tessa! Ah!
What are you doing? I get my foot to the gas the whole time. I could feel the sweat on my palms. The engine raised a high-pitched scream, but I could barely hear it. My heartbeat was pounding in my ears, shaking me to the core. How much time had passed? The feeling of time itself had disappeared. Eventually, the car hit a lone bridge. Shortly after, the image changed.
No, it can't be. No. Stop!
If that actually happened, I actually hoped that it was just Ota getting her attention by saving her from quote-unquote killer.
No!
Harbour Warehouse District, Monday, 3:35 a.m. Wait.
Ota.
Hello, Alexi? Hello? I'm sorry, I am just shocked. Police headquarters, Monday, 10:02 a.m. But hello, how are you doing?
There you are. Finally. I was looking all over for you. It's rare to see you down like this.
I should actually look it up myself. Where can I buy one? Because at least the biggest stores it's out of stock.
But it's understandable. You blame yourself for this, don't you? Beating yourself up about taking Iris to Marble. And about letting Ota get the upper hand on you. Am I right? Shall I tell you what Investigation HQ thinks? Ota Matsushita is a criminal stalker who committed murder-suicide.
We didn't see Ota and the polar bear in the same picture.
Ota had a selfish love for Iris. He was under the delusion that Iris loved him too. But Iris refused Ota. So Ota decided that he and Iris should be together in the afterlife, killed her, then killed himself.
That's ridiculous. Ota would never kill Iris. And how do you explain the other two murders? Iris's left eye was hollowed out. Just like Renju and Shoko. Those three murders were definitely executed by the same person. The new Cyclops killer. There's no way that's Ota. Too many pieces don't fit. Too many contradictions, like killing Iris.
Such as?
This is the camera I used to record the interrogation. It doesn't feel good to have the lens staring at you.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota showed himself on the stream. If he was gonna kill Iris and then himself, why would he do that? The only reason you would show yourself like that is to prove that you weren't the culprit.
Or... and this is my theory, at least from the beginning, that he wanted to be the hero to her. So that's why he would have created this fake scenario where there is a killer and then he can save her and then she falls in love with him. That plan actually works only if both of you are still alive. Unless he just wanted the fame of saving internet famous idol.
Ota and the polar bear on the screen at the same time would prove that they're not the same person.
But did we actually see them same time?
That behavior would be totally unnecessary if he was gonna commit suicide anyway.
Well, maybe he wasn't planning on dying at first. After he killed Iris, he realized that he couldn't live with himself.
So he lies down on the workbench and turns on the ice-cutting machine himself? I don't buy it.
Maybe he was thinking like this. The reason Iris and I can't be together is because her agency prohibits it, making the president, Renju, the ultimate bad guy in his mind.
Mizuki is Ota's close friend. Do you really think Ota would kill his friend's father?
Shoko was married to Renju. Maybe he was trying to get at Renju by killing her.
That's a stretch.
They were divorced at the time.
They've been divorced for years. Ota knows all about it. He wouldn't use Shoko to get to Renju.
Polar bear costume?
The culprit was wearing a polar bear costume, probably to hide their identity. But if murder-suicide was the plan, the costume served no purpose.
And if that was the purpose, murder-suicide, then what's the point of showing yourself in a video? To save love of your life.
There are some additional discrepancies. I analyzed the investigation report. Judging by his wound, Ota was stabbed in the side by a kitchen knife or something similar.
So he was probably attacked.
Are you sure?
I am.
I told the boss about what Aiba found.
Oh, I know that.
Well?
Ota could have stabbed himself. Maybe he thought it would be a fatal wound, but when it didn't work, he went for the ice-cutting machine.
That doesn't make sense.
Then, shouldn't we have recovered the kitchen knife from the scene?
And if you truly want to do that, then you keep stabbing yourself. And I am very sorry for everybody who's watching and this gets too depressing or too much to handle. I understand if you don't want to watch this.
Maybe he threw it in the ocean.
Boss, come on.
Hydrate.
Ota goes out to the water, stabs himself in the gut, throws the knife over the side, then walks back to the warehouse?
You know something.
Well, I wasn't being serious. I didn't think Ota was the culprit from the beginning. I was just playing devil's advocate for HQ.
Really?
Yes, really.
Anyway, Ota didn't kill anyone, and he didn't kill himself. Here's what I think happened.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota knew Iris was kidnapped, so he rushed onto the scene. That's when he saw the culprit wearing the polar bear costume. He tried to fight him off, but ended up being stabbed in the side. He was weakened and losing blood at the culprit's mercy. The culprit forced him into the costume, then under the ice cutting machine. And then...
Then, who is the culprit?
I wish I knew.
We're up to 4 victims. But Ota was a special circumstance. He wasn't specifically targeted by the culprit.
Right. And he was the only one to not have his eye pulled out.
So let's focus on the 3 other victims. Shoko, Renju, and Iris. What connects these 3?
Only that... I would say Lemnis Gate, but then again, Shoko doesn't fit that bill. Kumakura? Maybe? But then does Iris have connections to them? Chemical plant? The incident that happened?
Connections.
If you find a connection between the victims, you find a connection to the culprit. That's the theory of investigation, right?
You think the new Cyclops killer is related to them somehow?
Maybe, maybe not. But it's a good starting point.
Mizuki has the strongest connections with all 3 victims. Shoko and Renji were her parents, and she was close friends with Iris. She was good friends with Ota too. But that's why I could never believe Mizuki would kill all 4 of them.
And I think she was with us when we found her father. So...
Thinking of her as a suspect is ridiculous.
Ana's mother? Mama Kumakura?
Renju and Shoko were connected to the Kumakuras. But there's no connection to Iris.
Yep. That's what I think. But Mayumi lives in the desolated area, right?
Mayumi had motive for killing Iris and Renju.
Yes, they were taking his boy away.
Mayumi hated Iris.
Her boy
and
away.
she didn't think well of Lemnis Gate either. And since Renju is the president... Anyway, the weak point is Renju's ex-wife, Shoko. I can't imagine why Mayumi would kill her. And above all else, she would never harm her only son, let alone kill him.
But then again, she can also think that now you can't take him away.
Hitomi and Renju are definitely linked. They were high school classmates.
But what about Shoko?
And she did say that she met Shoko twice.
Oh, never mind.
But I can't imagine she would kill Iris in such a gruesome way. No matter what the circumstances were, it seems impossible to me. Renju, Shoko, and So. There is a connection between Renju and Shoko through the Kumakuras. But again, I can't see any clear link to Iris. I know Renju and Shoko. And I'm connected to Iris.
But I think that was after we got signed to this case.
But I have an alibi. Aside from Shoko, there's no way I could have killed any of them. No, now that I think about it, Shoko too. I don't remember killing her. My memories from 6 years ago are missing, but I still have my memory of recent events. And if I start doubting myself now...
That's dangerous.
Date, I can say without a doubt that there is zero possibility you are the new Cyclops killer. I have been working with you for years. I know better than anyone that you are innocent.
I thought it over, boss. Of the people I know, I can't peg any of them as the murderer.
And no leads to pursue?
No.
Then there's only one thing you can do. Continue your investigation. Do whatever it takes to get the culprit. To get justice for the victims.
You're right. Got it, boss.
Let's go to the storage warehouse first. Monday. I stepped into the cold storage warehouse. The air conditioning wasn't running, but it was still cold. The temperature hadn't raised much at all. The cold air sunk into my skin, but the center of my body was burning hot. Is this Otto's blood?
No, nothing so far.
The inspector's doing his duties as usual. Good work. Lost an Alice and Otto's blood. Evidence marker. It's a little marker that put up to track evidence at the scene. Any progress on the investigation?
I checked this place point by point, but didn't find nothing.
The police officer.
A video camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream.
Don't show this again.
All of these
Thank you.
items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them. I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it.
Personal Renju. Just checking. Okiura. So it is listed on his name. So there is also connection to this place.
I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras, the same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died.
Try checking a couple of things. Bum, bum, bum.
Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious.
Really? A video camera and laptop used for the stream.
Right
Workbench.
here. Iris and Ota were.
I am sure you are already aware of Ota's time of death.
Just before I arrived. About 3:30 in the morning.
Couple of minutes is enough time to run away or hide, because we are focusing on him at the time.
And the cause of death.
Right, about that. Ota had a stab wound from a kitchen knife in his side.
Correct.
What was the exact cause of death? Was it the knife wound, or...?
I cannot determine that. I can conclude that the knife wound was at least close to being fatal. Even if Ota was still alive on the workbench, he was certainly on the verge of death. If he weren't already extremely weak, we would expect to see more signs of struggle.
Maybe Ota was trying to help Iris, jumping at the criminal. That led to a scuffle, and Otto ended up with a knife wound in his side. He lost all his power to fight back. He was forcibly put inside the costume, then finally cut open by the ice cutting machine.
But why? Why did the culprit put the costume on Ota?
Unknown.
Alice and Ota's bodies are under autopsy. Their bodies aren't here anymore. Right here, Alice and Otta were.
This forklift is old. It does not appear to be functional. It has not been moved in some time.
A forklift. The tire and floor are covered with a layer of ice. A hook is hanging from the sailing crane. A forklift. I don't see anything special about it. Alice and Otta were sliced in two by this ice cutting machine. Alice and Otta.
Iris's estimated time of death and cause of death have been confirmed. The video was not a recording. It was a live stream filmed in real time.
Which means Iris's time of death is 3:20 a.m.
Iris also had her left eye removed.
Yeah.
And like Renju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been recovered. Date, we should get moving. Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly. We will not find anything of importance here.
Yeah, you're right.
You can ask CSI to inform you if they find anything.
All right.
An ice cutting machine. Inspector.
There are only a few items on the shelf.
Is this warehouse not in use?
There's nothing particularly suspicious. Shelf packed with cardboard boxes. I don't see any clues here. Let me know if you find anything. I let them know, then left the warehouse. When I left the warehouse, I saw Peter. What is he doing here? He walked up to me while I was trying to work it out.
Date, I have to talk to you about something.
Huh?
About the original Cyclops serial killings.
Yes?
Why this all of a sudden?
Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date. I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice. So, if I can help you, even a little.
Why didn't you say anything at Abyss?
The boss was there. I couldn't speak openly in front of her. So, I decided to meet you here.
All right. Let's hear it.
Earlier, I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes.
Yes.
I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes. Let me explain why. I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer. Although, it's more accurate to say killers.
More than one?
In the first series of killings, the culprit had an accomplice. One of them was born a murderous psychopath. The other is Rohan Kumakura, the previous chairman of the Kumakuras. They each had a role to play. The murderer committed the homicide, and Rohan removed the eyeball.
Before continue the interview of Peter, I will take a small break, getting more drink. Be right back. first time in forever. I am actually cold in my room. But yes, before we continue, let's save. So there is an autosave feature, I noticed that. But still, I want to be certain that nothing bad happens. Let's continue, Peter. Why did the case get classified?
That... I don't know.
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time. Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value. I am unable to draw any conclusions from them.
You really have no idea?
If I did, I would tell you.
About... No, who is the murderous psychopath?
He was born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust. It is colloquially referred to as the love hormone. It causes a tranquilizing effect which improves mood and relieves stress. It is normally secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an embrace or caress.
I'm sure you know what this implies, but he was unable to feel love in the way that we do. However, he was able to experience a substitute. His brain was wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through other means. Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and endorphins.
Those are both help, kind of like reward drugs that, let's say, help you feel good. And it easily makes you addicted. Example for gambling. You feel good when you finally win. You want more and more.
By performing a certain action.
What was it?
Murder.
Dopamine is a hormone linked to the reward system of the brain. The pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine. Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull pain and create a feeling of happiness.
He got pleasure from killing people?
It's slightly more complicated than that. Killing people was the only way he could get pleasure.
Now I am just curious, why isn't he behind bars? Or mental asylum?
He was 12 when he took his first life.
Oh no. No, he is first life. So not Iris, thank God.
that enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again and again. "18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye. She was already dead. He put his finger into her eye socket and gouged it out. The reason why was simple. He was fascinated by women's eyes. Their beauty stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them. He needed to have them, to make them his own. Driven by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye. From then on, he acquired a grotesque obsession with the eyes of dead women. He was very particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman. But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge. His deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled for years. However, he soon met his ideal partner, the aforementioned psychopath. The Cyclops killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye. Thus, a mutually beneficial relationship was established. This was the origin of the Cyclops serial killings. At about the same time, you were assigned to Abyss.
The original Cyclops killer had an accomplice.
There were 2 Cyclops killers.
And one of them was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
Rohan committed suicide by jumping to his death 1 year ago.
So he can't be the accomplice for this one.
That means... Pewter, tell me this. One of the original killers is dead, I know that. But that means one remains. Who is he?
After his 4th murder, he was arrested by the police. They actually picked him up on other charges. But, in any case, he is currently serving a life sentence in Fuchu prison.
Fuchu prison?
So he was caught.
Yes.
What's his name?
In prison, he doesn't have a name.
Oh no. He was the prisoner who called before Renju's murder.
He is simply called Number 89.
Number 89?
I know who killed Shogun Adami.
So, now you know why I said that. That the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. Because one is dead, and the other is behind bars. Neither of them had the opportunity.
computer looks grimly serious. We can visit other residence, second residence. Let's go visit Matsushita Diner. I have a bad feeling about this. Matsushita Diner, Monday. The place was silent. It was so quiet, I felt like I could hear the floating dust. I stepped inside. I thought it was empty, but I saw a shadow in the corner of my eye. It was Mayumi. It was like watching a decaying old tree colline. Pathetically to the earth. She is looking at the photographs in her hand. I am kind of glad I'm never in this situation.
This is your fault. I heard from the police. Because you didn't take care of Iris. My boy Ota got involved.
Date, I looked into the investigation report. Mayumi confirmed Ota's body early this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry. I want to be alone right now. Did you not hear me? I said leave!
Date, let's go. She is in no state to talk.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep. That went as well as I expected. Mizuki is in here, right? Rate residence, Monday. Mizuki is curled up on the sofa. She looked like a small animal frightened by a predator. About Ota. Alice. Yep. House. Okay. Understandable.
Mizuki must know about Iris and Ota.
Of course. The news was distributed heavily across the internet. Not just in Japan, but worldwide. 3 days ago, Mizuki discovered her mother's body. 2 days ago, her father's. This morning, 2 of her best friends. It is completely understandable that she is at her mental limit.
Can I be left alone for a while?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
She certainly didn't seem so. But I can't stay by her side forever.
Aiba, contact Abyss. See if they can get Mizuki a good counselor.
Understood.
I stayed with her for a little while, but we didn't speak. Having nothing more to say, I left. Marble. Marble. Monday.
Are you okay, honey?
Huh?
About last night. Well, at 3 in the morning anyway.
You know about it?
It's on every channel. You have the face of a ghost. Do you want a glass?
I don't need a drink. I need information. Do you have anything?
Well, let's see. I do have... I suppose you could call it intuition.
Tell me.
Information about the incident.
The Kumakuras are involved in this case. Remember what I told you before? That there's a relationship between Ren and the Kumakuras? Shoko also has a relationship with them. You know about her dealings with the Kumakuras, right?
It was about the scam.
So basically, 2 of the victims are linked to the Kumakuras. That must mean they're involved somehow, right?
Not 2, 3.
3? Iris?
No, not that one. The boy.
What did the boy do?
He came here last night.
Ota?
Yes, from Matsushita Diner. He's linked to the Kumakuras as well.
How?
Have you heard the rumor?
Mama told me a similar story to Aiba's. About Sho Setsima and the Kabasaki district. The basic idea is this. 8 years ago, Sho sold his land in the Kabasaki district for 30 billion yen. Half a year later, an explosion at the chemical plant caused the land prices to drop drastically. So bought it back, the land for 1 billion yen. Almost like he knew beforehand, and the accident that the accident would happen. Did So blow it up, or conspire to blow it up? No, that wouldn't make sense. So wouldn't gain anything from that. Except money. But if that is the case, it is illegal. Now everybody is facepalming, of course it's illegal. He would end up with 29 billion in cash and 1 billion in land. It's a net zero. But there's more to the story. About Suankapasaki district.
The Kumakuras own a handful of real estate companies. They of course look legit, but they're Yakuza fronts. I'll call those real estate companies the KE to keep it simple for you. The KE followed in So's footsteps. They bought up land in Kawasaki. Now, back to So. Have you heard of the plans for the casino in Kawasaki?
That's new. Casino, you say?
So was the one who came up with it.
I was born and raised in Kawasaki. I remember the landscape of my childhood, and I loved it dearly. But look at Kawasaki now. When I see images of the destruction on television, my heart aches like it's being chopped to pieces. But I promise you, I will revive the Kawasaki district at any cost. Casino Town Kawasaki will give new life to the city.
After that, So moved fast. He submitted the bills he needed to the National Assembly after drumming up support in the right places. The bills passed, and it became an official government initiative.
Decontamination efforts therefore increased at a rapid pace in the Kawasaki district. At the moment, the area is still considered off-limits.
But it's not poisonous anymore, right?
However, the air in Kawasaki is currently purified to such an extent that it has no negative effect on the human body.
If the plan goes smoothly, land prices in Kawasaki are going to skyrocket.
And he sells the land again.
And all that land is owned by the KE. And by So himself. The land he bought back for 1 billion will be worth 10 times that soon.
He's involved in some shady business.
About Suan the Kawasaki district again.
This is just another rumor, but
I love rumors.
the chemical plant exploding was no accident. It was done intentionally.
You don't say.
By So and the Kumakuras, you mean?
But there's no hard evidence of that. It's just gossip. What were we talking about again?
Well, we were talking about it. Where you free tonight?
Ota and the Kumakuras.
And that too.
Oh, right. You know how Matsushita Diner is close to the Kawasaki district? The chemical plant explosion made times hard. Foot traffic went down, sales declined. No wonder it closed down. Ota must hold a grudge.
Actually, there. Wait. If Ota had a clutch, then shouldn't it be easier to attack the Yakuza and so?
Someone caused that explosion. And if it was intentional, oh, he'd hate them even more. That's how I link Ota to the Kumakuras.
Thank you, Mama. I don't know if what you told me will lead to anything, but...
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time.
No, it was very helpful.
I'm glad I can help, even if it's just a little.
Well then, be seeing you.
Come back anytime.
Mama is polishing a light ponytail. I am still questioning why. But I have learned about these games and anime and Japan in general. Don't question anything. Just go with the flow. Second residence. Monday. Oh yeah. Alice's house. When I visited second household, I found Hitomi with a hollow look in her eyes. She let me in and asked me to sit on the sofa. I agreed and sat down. But after that, I couldn't say a single word. The heavy silence weighed on both of us. About Alice.
Iris was my everything. We always went everywhere together. Whether it was buying clothes or going to the movies, or taking a walk, or going shopping at the supermarket. When she was young, she would just hold one of my fingers. Her hand was too small to hold mine. Then it was 2, then 3, and finally she could hold my hand. But eventually, she left my hands altogether. She started crossing her arms, being independent, even though she needed constant attention growing up.
About Ota.
Ota was one of my students. I taught him in elementary school.
Did we knew that?
I heard it from the police. Ota tried to help Iris and ended up... I don't know what to say. I have no words.
About Alice.
Her memories are a part of this room. And always will be. When she was a baby, she fell off that sofa and cried and cried. One day she tore up her picture book all over the floor here. Another time she drew with crayons all over the window. She painted my portrait on Mother's Day. Scratches on the floor, chipped plates, burn marks on the table, stains on the cushions. Everything you see. It all holds a memory of her. But why?
Can you think of any information?
Hitomi, my entire focus is on this case. Is there anything at all you can tell me?
I don't know if this is important, but
No, please, tell me.
I may have told you this already. I met Renju's wife Shoko twice before. The first time at the wedding. The second time a month ago. That second time was in the waiting room of the prison.
Wait, what?
Prison?
Why were both of you there?
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger.
Don't tell me he's Alice's dad. That actually explains some things.
I visit them a few times a year. And by coincidence, I saw Shoko. I don't think she noticed me, but I recognized her as Renju's wife right away. She was there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the inmates.
Do you know who?
No, I don't. We didn't talk.
Which prison?
Fuju Prison, in Tokyo.
Fuju.
Prison?
I'm sorry to have bothered you. I'll be going now.
I don't know what to do. Thinking about her. Dante, please, you have to catch them. Please. Please.
I will. Trust me.
Abyss headquarters. Police headquarters. Monday. 4:57 p.m. I returned to boss's office to report. But I didn't see her anywhere.
Where did she go?
Well, she isn't always here, correct?
True.
I sat down in my usual seat and decided to wait for boss.
What are you doing?
I thought it would be easier to talk like this.
What do we have to talk about?
A summary of the investigation, perhaps?
What summary? We don't have anything new.
We have some clues. Sorry.
That's not true.
Huh?
I was curious, so I did some research. About number 89.
That is where we will find out what happens tomorrow. Am I a stinker? Siellä lepotella. Yes. Oh. I am locked. Ouch, 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 ouch. Too much sitting. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. There is couple of places to go, but Neville have just stopped, so why not raid Robo? Checking if everything is okay. I will continue this tomorrow. Thank you everybody for watching. And yes, I left it very devious. Cliffhanger. But thank you everybody for watching. And see you next time tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be streaming earlier. Today I streamed a little later than usual. But tomorrow is kind of regular programming. Thank you everybody for watching and see you next time. The same Venno time, same Venno channel. Bye bye.